I'm a teacher. I play one on TV. No, I'm a teacher, and to all of my students, I always promote that creativity. That creativity. What do you want to do? And you know what's so heartbreaking right now is that some of the kids, they cannot even think for themselves to even grab a creative thought or idea without it being something that they're regurgitating. And so when I really, zoom in on them and they finally say, oh, I'm a person, I have my own ideas, oh, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's do the research. Let's find out what you need to do to pursue this, because guess what? It's not happening in the home. It's not happening in the home. It's not happening at church. It's not happening anywhere. However, it is happening in the case of King Nahh. And like we mentioned before, this young entertainer, this young motivational speaker who is empowering like the whole entire world right now, he is doing just that. And he's going to be on tonight with his father, Dash Living, and I'm just so excited to bring them on. So I'm going to go ahead and open up their line. In just a moment, let me get to my screen. I'm nervous, y'all. I'm nervous. And I'm excited. I mentioned that I was nervous to King Nahh a few moments ago before the show. And he goes to me, that's okay. When people meet the king, they get a little nervous in the beginning. And I just thought that was really cute. But, ladies and gentlemen, you have none other than King Nahh and Dash Living joining us on the VIBRATE ELEVATE show. So King Nahh and Dash Living, welcome to the call. How are you?
Hello. I'm having a great day. Today's long, but it's great. Enjoying.
How you doing? How's everybody
oh my
doing?
Goodness.
King, definitely a pleasure to be online.
Wow, well, thank you. Thank you so much. I have to tell you guys, the reason why I didn't make it to the show yesterday, because I had the pleasure of speaking to Dash Living last night. And we just had a phenomenal conversation that I just want to pretty much bring into tonight's show. And Dash, as you've been listening on the call, you see how, Z.Marie and Godway, they say that, Black Now starts with quality and conscious parenting. And so I want to say to you, thank you for all that you have invested in your son, because it is making history right now. You're showing us the protocol in our community, and I just want to say thank you to you for that. And also, King Nahh, I was watching one of your videos, and you said you used an awesome analogy, and you said, you know what, parenting is kind of like when you take a look at the fridge. The fridge is only what you put in there. The refrigerator is only going to have what you put in it. And you said that parents have to make sure that they're putting good things into the kids, into their children. And so that really stood out to me. And I'm just here to celebrate you. So again, welcome to the call. And what's on your mind? What's going on in the mind of this king of fun, this king of motivation? What's going on with King Nahh?
Well, you know how, you asked me, what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every day is a great day. That's what I say. And what's really going on with me is doing more videos, trying to get out my message, trying to get my message out there so other people can hear me and become strong. Because, not a lot of us are strong at this day, but that's why I'm here, to make our children feel strong and inspire the parents.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, thank you. Listen, that's strength right there. That's building right there. And so I have another I have another question for you. Is where do you get your strength from?
My strength?
Mhm.
Well, my father, he teaches me a lot, and he always teaches me to be strong. And he says, for anyone who teases you, he says, if somebody teases you, say thank you. Don't let nobody get your day down. And my strength came from believing in myself and telling myself to not be afraid of such and such. Because if I believe in myself and I'm willing to be great, my strength is always going to show.
Yeah, and he got allergies. I don't know if y'all hear an echo, but I hear an echo.
I do too.
Yeah, I do too. If anybody has their phone on speaker, you may want to take it off speaker.
Because I only hear it when I speak. So I don't know.
Oh, we can't hear it. It's not coming. I think I hear it when I speak too. I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Okay.
Do you hear it when I speak?
No, I don't hear it. I don't hear it when anybody else speaks but me. You hear an echo?
Yeah, when I'm talking.
Okay.
Well, I hear you fine,
buddy.
I hear you fine, King Nahh. Keep speaking, buddy.
Okay. But what I'll add to this conversation and just some of the unique things that I did with my son, and just real simple to make an analogy, like, when you look at a telephone or when you look at a cell phone, everybody may have the same cell phone, or everybody can have an iPhone, but it's basically you have to look at your children like that. When you programming your phone, when you programming information into something, it's your job to put that information in there properly. And if you fail to do that, that's your fault. So just because if you can't put the information in there and you hit your phone, that doesn't accomplish anything. You have to put the information in, make sure it's not only in there the proper way you want it in there, but you're receiving the information and you're being able to communicate back and forth. So just like they say, your children are a reflection, your children are a download. So it's about, sitting down, dialoguing with them.
Daddy.
Huh?
But I wouldn't say that it's their fault. I would say that the parents, whoever raised them, like the parents now who are raising their children, it's the parents, whoever raised them, it's their fault because the way they raise their children, now when they have their children, they're going to raise their children actually the same way.
And that's definitely it. We're regurgitating systems that didn't work. If you look at the last 10 years, last 20 years, everybody has the answer. But when you look at our communities and you look at, certain situations, we have to analyze that system and build communities and start conversations. What's working? Where did we decline? Where did it go left? And what do we need to change? So it's the same thing with my son. Like I say, I was a young man, didn't know how to read till I was 17. I didn't have a father. I was in a foster home system. So I had to change everything inside of me. I know how it felt to be a lost young man. I know how it felt to be hopeless. I know how it feels to feel like nothing. Every day you wake up, I know how it feels to feel like you have no value. So all I did was take that and reverse that and put it in my son, 100 folds and 100 times over. Every day I'm building that confidence. Every day I'm building. Every day we opening books. Every day I'm showing him this, I'm showing him that. We going here, we going there. And I'm not dictating him. I'm not showing him the information and telling him how to think. I'm creating dialogue, and I want to know how he thinks. I'm telling him what I think, but I want to know how he thinks, and then we build on it. And I just let his mind be free. I don't sit him down and tell him what he need to do or how we need to do it. And it's just that freedom,
He was
just saying he has allergies, so he's going to be coughing today.
That's quite all right. But I do want to say that, being a teacher, I see children all day, like over the past 10 years, that they have not been taught how to think. They only been taught how to listen and do, like just a little machine. And then when you try to get to know the kid, they're realizing at the very moment that you're trying to get to know them that they don't know themselves, or they're defining themselves by something that somebody told them. So as we build up our community, build up the youth, we definitely have to stay focused on the fact that they're humans. First we give them all these instructions, do this, do this, do this, and when you get 18, now you got to do it by yourself. And they're not ready. They're not consciously, they don't even know how to think and process information well outside of the stimulation of media, Mm-hmm. So, yes, showing them how to think and asking them how do they feel or why do they feel the way that they feel, having them explore, this whole thought process and the fact that I'm a powerful being. I don't have to be 30 to be powerful. I don't have to be 30 to think. I don't have to be 30, to create. And I definitely encourage all parents out there to do that. Start listening to your children at an early age. As people, they learn how to play instruments. They learn how to speak different languages before they even go to preschool. And so what are we doing? What system are we committed to? We have to regroup, reevaluate, and change it so that we can have a huge impact. And exactly what King Nahh just said about breaking that chain. If our grandparents did it and we're doing it, what do we expect? So we have to break the chain. We have to change the DNA. We have to change the thinking. And you do that with love, because if you're operating out of love, you're looking at things, how could I be better? How could I benefit not just my kids right now, how could I benefit my grandkids? So now you're talking legacy. Now you're talking about positively affecting not only your life, but those that are coming behind you.
All right.
So this is why when I saw King Nah's video of him talking in the street and encouraging our men, encouraging our young men and our older men to basically get on the job and mentioning that important word, love, that's why right away I was like, let me pause this video. I don't even think I saw the whole thing. Let me send him a friend request, because when you see something that is of high value and you know it's divine, you have to make a connection. You have to respect and make the connection. So now that I've seen King Nahh, I've seen his father, heard a little bit about their story, guess what my job is now? I now work for you guys. I have to spread that. I have to now share that, because that's going to be inspiring just like it was to me. It's going to be inspiring to the next person. And definitely you could believe that I'll be sharing it with my classroom. I'll be sharing it with elders. I'll be sharing it everywhere, because you know what King Nahh does? He inspires the kid inside of people. I think he reminds people about their thoughts and what their dreams were when they were a child. And society and life kind of makes us erase those things. But he's showing us that, yes, they're still there. Yes, fuel your dreams. And so, I don't want to talk too much. You guys know how I get. Z.Marie, God boy, you definitely can chime in right now.
Yes. I'm really blown away. This is totally awesome. Sir, King Nah's father. Your name, sir?
Dash. They call me Dash Living.
Dash Living?
Dash. Yeah, Dash Living.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm honored.
Vice versa, man.
I'm overwhelmed.
Excuse me, you won't mind if I get some water?
Go ahead, go get water.
King Nahh, man.
Because I didn't want to be interrupting.
Go ahead, go get water.
Yeah, the young sir, King Nahh. I mean, how many ways can I say it? Like, it's extraordinary. Like, that's a lot of greatness going on over there, brother. And it's totally admirable. And it has a great influence right now. So especially to if people are listening right now, man, this is something real special right now. This is man, I'm blown away. I'm at a loss for words because it's so great.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, and that's what we represent, because a lot of times in urban inner city communities, and and I'm sure there's so many different communities and different landmass all around the world. But one thing about the inner city communities, once you make it, you still have to survive. Meaning, we in urban communities, you got to duck, you got to run, you got to hide, you got to not get shot, robbed, stabbed, you got to not get AIDS, you got to not die because of the food's infected. So it's hard to actually live, and a lot of us are just alive. So we forgot how it feels to live. We forgot how it feels to just like me. I just grew. I was never raised. Nobody ever told me left, right. Nobody ever told me up, down. So I was dumb, but I wasn't stupid. And there's a difference between being dumb and stupid. You're dumb if you never had the opportunity to learn. But if you hold on, King. You're stupid if you have the opportunity and you stay that way. A Jehovah's Witness changed my life. I had every tutor. I had so many different people in my life that tried to teach me how to read, but what I was lacking was believing in myself, understanding and even knowing how to start and knowing where to start to believe in myself. And what we have to understand with concepts, certain concepts is like a virus. They spread like bacteria. So failure, you can't do this, stop doing this, shut up, those things spread. So once you tell a kid to shut up so many times, it's automatically in his head. He tell himself to shut up. So the time he would have raised his hand, he tell himself to shut up. That time he thought and hoped he could have did something, he tell himself he can't do it. He a loser. So we got to watch these concepts. When you say spelling words, we got to watch these spells when we telling these children that. And we got to, motivate them and inspire them. And we got to help them. We got to help them live and not just be alive. Everybody's breathing and everybody's heart is pumping, but we have to allow new things in the world. I always say a diamond in the dirt is worth nothing, because nobody knows the value. So if these kids are dying in the inner cities, or if these kids are not being allowed to speak, or if these kids are not being allowed to express their value, we're keeping these diamonds in the dirt. So yes, my son is special, but he can be every kid. Just like somebody helped me, somebody gave me 5 minutes to change my life. I truly believe all it takes is 5 minutes. We all 5 minutes away from who we can be, but we can't allow, like I always say, don't let the outer world affect your inner world. We can't let the TV trap us in communities. We can't let the community trap us in communities. We can't let education systems trap us in communities. We got to always be free. One thing, when I was in these foster homes and I couldn't read and I couldn't look out windows, I had to make myself a window in my mind. I had to always travel and leave these places in my mind. And this is what we have to do with children. We have to allow children to think and always have a window. So when it comes to my son, shut up, we don't say that. When it comes to him, his creativity, just do it. Let me know why you did that. What you do that for? So yeah, Ken, you wanted to say something?
To add on what you're saying about when you were young, can you just answer us? Just me.
He's interviewing me now.
How did you become stronger in the situation that when you were a child, not having a father there?
See, y'all might be laughing, but this is funny to me too, because this is what we do in the house sometimes. Sometimes we interview each other.
No, but serious, how did it feel to not have a father, and how did you grow strong from not having that father?
Okay. So it's funny. I don't mean to lie.
It's all good, man. It's all good. None of that business, though. You guys got a question to answer, though. What's good?
Look, just like I tell people, when they see my son perform on the stage, they point at me like, I'm watching just like y'all. Don't look at me like this is his thing. And but to answer that question, for one, I just believe it was a certain point where I gave up to the point where I don't think I could give up anymore. You know, and once you lost, you know, what I learned and I understand now, failure is the closest thing to success. So not having a father, feeling hopeless, being lost, I was so lost. There was no other way but being found. There was no other option but going up. So, you know, not having a father walking down blocks, looking at grown men's face, saying, could this be my father? Could that be my father? You know, what gave me the strength was to finally be able to believe in myself. Once I learned how to start reading, once I learned what myself was. If you don't know who you are, you can never be yourself. You know, and a lot of us don't know who we are, and we're searching. So this is why we're on the Internet. This is why we're watching TV. But what we need, like I tell people, the Internet don't reject lies. So you can't find yourself all the time on a search engine because people that don't want you to find yourself will tell you a million things. So once I was able to grasp information to finally tell me who I was and tell me I was able to connect to who I was, to my story, to my history, to our lineage. That's what gave me the power. That's what allowed me to identify myself. Once I seen how high the bar was set, that's what I knew what I had to do. You know, and just waking up every day, King, you know what I mean, you already know it. You know, like I said, my son going back to school, he went to the same class I got sent to the foster home from. You know what I mean? So that class that I left with my head down, and I was in that class every day with my head down, I watched my son go back in that same class with his head up, focused, being that kid I wish I could be. And he really, you give me strength. You make me strong, still to this day.
Hey, Daddy, question. Yeah. When you walked in the school that you got kicked out of, how did you feel? What did it make you seem?
It's really funny. When I walked in that class, you know, I always say emotions don't grow. Emotions, when you feel emotions that you never dealt with, I turned right back into that 7-year-old boy. And I was kind of looking away from you, and I didn't want you to look in my eyes. Because I felt real naked. I felt lost. I felt hopeless. Right in that moment, everything I built away from me. But every time I looked at you, and I wanted to look away from you so you wouldn't see me tearing up, when I looked in your eyes, you made it all better, and you made me stronger, and you made me, you fixed me right there. Because right then and there, that's when I started doing the college lectures. That's when I start going back into the school systems and the school world, because I always got the chills in school.
But Daddy, as you say, as that you couldn't read and you didn't know how to read growing up, how did you get that? How did you go to college and get all of that stuff without knowing how to read?
Well, you know, I didn't go to college, but I go to college now and I do lectures. So once I'll say, you know, you are who you are when you walk in the room. So once you have that confidence, once you have that inner light, once you illuminate it, once you understand who you are, the task in front of you mean absolutely nothing. You know, how you do anything is how you do everything. So I'm a successful parent. I'm a successful businessman. I'm a successful everything. I already put it in my mind that I'm going to succeed before I even do it. So this is what allows me to go in these colleges. This is what allows me to go sit with intelligent people, all different people, all walks of life, with that confidence and not be afraid. Because a lot of times we defeat ourselves before we even give ourselves a chance. So that's really the answer. You know, I already know I'm going to succeed before I do anything.
Well, what if some of us don't have confidence or don't have, like, the strength to, like, really do such things?
That's an easy question. If life is horrible, if you could wake up and this could be the worst day of your life, why can't it be the total opposite? Like you're waking up and you're putting that on your mind. You're telling yourself what you can't do.
That this day's going to be horrible.
Yeah, they're telling themselves what kind of day. You know, I always say, you know, hate, lack of confidence, all of that is an outfit emotion. That means you got to wake up and put that on every day. If you can't do something, you woke up and put that on. If you a failure, you woke up and you putting that on. Like, how do you know? Okay. You know, the worst thing you could ever do is not attempt. The worst thing you could ever do is not try. You know, So it's just like shooting a basketball. If the ball freezes in the middle of the air, you know how it feels to win and lose at the same time. But don't let the final, whether it go in or out, don't let that tear you up. Always keep going. Whether you make it or whether you miss it, keep going and be determined.
Great words of power, Daddy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't want to make this about me, man. It's about you, man. Like you make me.
I thought this was about everybody.
Exactly.
That's right.
It's about everybody, but
my man.
See, this is funny. Y'all are in our life. This is what we do, you know. But it's simple. This is a simple process. It starts today. This is how we change the world. And I always say you got to be offensive. Don't worry about being defensive. A lot of times we worry about this, and they're going to kill us if we do this, and they're going to kill us if we empower ourselves, and if we build this neighborhood. All we got to do is just be offensive. At the end of the day, like I said, it's a domino effect. This conversation could start a domino effect. One blog could start a domino effect. If one man could step foot in the sand and say Egypt or Kemet going to be something else, then all it takes is one person to step out here, put your feet in this concrete, and already know you're going to change the world before you even think it, you know, and that's all it truly is, you know, just being confident and understanding, you know, because you do have to understand, you do have to put the work in. You do have to, like I always say, understanding can't be borrowed. So we have to make sure we all understand, not on the same level, but we all understand what is the destination, what's the goal, where are we trying to go, how far are we trying to be, you know. Like I say, not just like I say, my son is very special, but it's so simple to make 100 of my sons. It's so simple.
If you want to make more great children like me, concern us to be great. Always let our creativity show. And if you don't let our creativity show, then how are we going to be great? How are we going to express our feelings? If you keep telling me to shut up, and you tell me to get on the stage and talk, and I stutter, and I get down on the stage and you're mad at me, you're the one telling me to shut up all the time. I can't express myself. Then how am I going to express myself on the stage if you keep telling me to shut up?
That's right. King Nahh, you are blowing us away, and I'm so glad that you gave us the opportunity to see this authentic connection that you have with your father, which is actually showing us teamwork. Like this is teamwork at its best, and I think that's what we're really saying right now is that parents see your children as team members, that you all are in it together, because the reason why you have the shut ups, the reason why you have the get out my face and all of this other stuff is because the child is not being valued. Right, they're not being valued at that point. They're being seen as a responsibility. They're being seen as an aggravation. However, if love is really the root, is really the foundation, that's what welcomes. Okay, baby, what did you want to do? What was your idea about this? That's what creates that like you said, that dialogue back and forth. Start talking more to your children. And Dash, what you said was monumental. Parents, heal yourself. Decide that you want to heal. Decide that, you know what, I am going to look at what's bothering me. I am going to look at the issues. I am going to look at it because I can't be better stuck. I can't be better stuck in this same spot. So you sharing with us that you decided to heal, considering, you know, your story and your upbringing, your situation, that brought you to the point where you're at now. And now you inspiring King, and he's wondering, you know, what inspired you, and you guys are talking about you all are inspiring each other. That's teamwork right there.
It's truly a mirror. It's truly a mirror, you know.
I'm reflecting off him.
And I'm reflecting off you.
Because this greatness didn't come from nowhere. This greatness didn't just come out of wind. This greatness came from my father inspiring me tell me to always be great. And that's what and since he inspired me and telling me to always be great, I think it's something that everybody should do. And because since he told me it, then I know that it's a world life situation. You know why it's a world life situation?
Wow.
Because if us children are not concerned to be great, then what are we gonna be willing to do? If we can't be great, then what are we gonna do? We're just gonna sit on the couch and play games? Yeah, I play games, but that's on my time when I play. Most of the time, I'm usually reading. I'm reading about history. I'm reading about all of this. And greatness comes from all this stuff. Greatness doesn't come from a snap. Greatness comes from hard work, and greatness comes from reading. Even if it's a book that you don't know how to read. If I don't know how to read this book, I'm going to open this book and I'm going to try to read it. Just like I did. I didn't know how to read this chapter book, but until I opened it and I start reading it, all the words were just the same words that I read in every single other book. Simple.
But the thing about it is, your children sitting on the couch make someone else a millionaire. Your children sitting in jail make someone else a millionaire. Your children sitting in a casket coffin make someone else a millionaire. Your children sitting in the classroom getting miseducated make someone else a millionaire. So your laziness and your miseducation allows other people to be way more educated.
Rich.
Yeah, exactly. I always say a poor man's mind was a rich man's idea. If you're broke internally, you can never be rich. Because being broke, somebody got to sell you a concept because it's impossible.
But check this out, though. You know the morticians, right? They cut out and bring out your organs. They take out your brain. They take out your heart. They take out your kidneys, and they put it for sale. And that's how they make their money. They put your kidneys. They put your brain. They put your heart. All that is on for sale. Every time somebody dies, they're happy because they're making more money. Well, more money comes in.
That's the organ industry, which is $1.1 billion every year. So you look at all these inner city violence, murders, us dying. That's another hustle. But like I'm saying,
right.
This is why we need to understand, and we can't think. You can't look at TV and expect somebody to tell a story that's going to educate you and allow you to be free from that economic restraint. It's nobody's job. It's your job to build your family. This is why the nigger concept is the most marketed tool in the world, because the nigger don't care about his family. The nigger don't care about his community. The nigger don't care about anything. He will let anything and anybody infiltrate his world and his soul and his heart and his family's soul and heart.
Does he care about money? Is he greedy?
It doesn't matter if the nigger cares about money. Money only worth what you spend it on, and a nigger will never buy anything to free himself.
True.
Right.
So this is why, the same people you owe that to is the same people that create your curriculum. So it's up to you to understand how to truly educate yourself.
Well, hey, Daddy, can you break what curriculum down means? Because some people might not know what that means.
Well, we have a teacher online, so I'm sure you can break down curriculum.
Oh, yeah. If you want to know what curriculum means, you can probably look up, what's his name, Dr.
Miss Controversy, Bert, you could break that down for people. I'm sure you'll put it in a better...
Oh, me?
Well, in regards to curriculum, curriculum is just a formula of what should be taught based on a subject. So you have a group of people that may decide, this is going to be the curriculum for science. This is what people or the kids should learn about science in kindergarten, in first grade, second grade, all the way through college. And so you have to ask yourself, because you said greatness comes from reading books. So you have to ask yourself, who told me to read this book?
But greatness don't only come from reading the book. Greatness can come from so many things. Greatness don't come from a phone. Greatness don't come from a computer. Greatness don't come from a TV. TV, phone, and computer, that grows for us to come more stupider. TV, phones, all types of technology becomes us to make us stupider. The person who created iPads and iPhones don't let their children use iPhones. You know why? Because it makes us lazy and stupider, and that's what's not allowing us our greatness to show as well. If I'm into my phone, and if I'm playing my phone all day, and I'm not letting nothing show. If I'm not letting nothing show, and I'm just on my phone all day, just doing nothing, where is my greatness? That's what I'm going to ask. Where is it? Where is my greatness? If I can't show my greatness, you know why? Because I'm into a phone, and parents are telling me to shut up. And if they're telling me to shut up and I got nothing else to do, I'm just going to be on the phone doing nothing all day on Facebook, Twitter. But if you're going to be on Facebook and Twitter, inspire somebody. Don't be on Facebook and Twitter doing dumb stuff all day. Inspire somebody.
That's right.
That's how greatness comes. Greatness comes from you believing in yourself. Greatness can also come from creating something of your own. If you don't want to pay bills, and if you don't want to buy a house, and if you don't want to spend your own money, make your own house. If you don't feel like spending money on a phone or paying a phone bill, make your own phone. If you don't feel like doing anything that you don't want to do, you know what you do. Make it. Create it. It's nothing that you can't do. And I do not like when people say they can't do stuff. If they say that they can't do stuff, then because you never put your mind to it. You didn't try doing it. You just said you couldn't do it before you even got up there. I can't do it. How can't you do it? You didn't even try it yet. And by me saying I can't, if I say I can't, until I get 50 years old, keep saying I can't, then I didn't really do anything. That means I'm lazy. I didn't do anything. That's what I said I can't do. Can't do this. I said I can't build my own house. But he said that I could go on my phone and go on Instagram and do dumb stuff. But I could play my game and be lazy all day. But I could go to school and not learn anything, just ignore the teacher. And I could not read a book. And all this stuff, look, this is what he said he couldn't do. I cannot create my own house. I cannot learn. I don't want to learn. I cannot read this book. That's because he's lazy. He's into his phone. And plus, parents, I don't think you should always let your children use phones. Let them use a phone once a week or someday. Because if they're into their phone or into their game, guess what? Their greatness doesn't show. And guess what? Mm-hmm. Stop letting them use their phones. Stop letting them play their games. Let them go to the park. Let them climb. Let them climb on monkey bars. Let them swing on the swings. That's how creativity comes. Because if I'm creative, if I'm creative, I'm going to go in the park and I'm going to swing on some monkey bars and I'm going to do some crazy stuff on a monkey bar, and that's being creative because I created something that nobody else did. I'm climbing. I'm on the top of the monkey bars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes. Outstanding.
Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. King Nahh just gave you the curriculum, okay, on how to get your greatness. Parents, he just laid it out for you, and we're going to have this curriculum laid out and ready for you to implement as soon as possible because he's serious, and he's showing you that he cares about what's going on in our community. He just gave us the map plan on how to do it. That's right. Your creativity. Go ahead.
Finish it. When you're done, I'll say it.
I'm going to say your creativity is the solution. The ability that we have to dream, the ability that we have to innovate, to create things, that's why we're here. We're here to do those things. Our ancestors are pumping that information to us live and direct. And you getting inspired, and you wondering, wow, where did that thought come from? How do I do this? And then you're collaborating back and forth with your parents with like minds that are thinking different, that are thinking positive. that are doing something. So yes, the key to being black now, the key to advancing and progressing and vibrating and elevating is your creativity. So thank you for saying.
What I was gonna say is, you know how people do these dumb challenges? They call it the fire challenge, ice challenge. I only saw one of them, and I said, what are these kids trying to do? Pass out challenge and everything. They're trying to kill themselves. And here's my challenge. My challenge is to be there for your children, and my other challenge is to always be great, and my other challenge is never say you can't do stuff. Can y'all do that challenge for the teenagers? Can any of y'all teenagers do any of my challenges? Y'all trying to die from dumb challenges. How about you do my challenges? My challenge is way smarter. It could get you outgoing, and it could get you thinking. My challenges can probably get you out the house. Who knows?
Yes.